Hello again, welcome back to online lessons of Just English. I'm Nijet. The topic is about the quantifiers for intermediate level. In the first part of the lesson, we talked about grammar rules. How can we use the quantifiers such as lots of. We talked about many and much, and also plenty of. Let's review them uh, quickly. Okay, let's review them quickly. How can we use them? Like we have a lot of and lots of. We use them before nouns. We use a lot at the end after the verbs. We use many and much with countable and uncountable nouns in question and negative type of sentences. And we use plenty of in informal sentences. And we have a little, very little, a few, and very few. We use a little and very little with uncountable nouns, and we use a few and very few with countable nouns. And we have two, we use adjectives after two, and we have too much, too many after them, we must use nouns. And we have enough, we use enough before nouns, after adjectives and adverbs, as you see. The last one was about the zero quantity. We talked in the first part of the lesson. We use any with negative sentences, not any, and we use no with positive sentences with a negative meaning, and none in a short answer. So here we stopped in the part B, as you see. So we should continue with part B, question 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 5 sentences we have to do. We have to choose if they are correct answers or not. Here, as you see, we will tick if the sentence is correct, and if the sentence is incorrect, we will correct the mistakes in the highlighted phrases. Okay, so let's continue with number 6. My internet connection isn't enough fast for me to download films. What do you think? Number 6 is correct or not? Number 6, we have isn't enough fast for me to download films. As you remember, we use enough before nouns, enough books, enough friends, enough mobile phones. Okay, but when it comes to adjectives and adverbs, we use enough after them, guys. So what should we do here? What should we choose? Is it correct or incorrect sentence? I'm waiting for your sentence. I'm waiting for your answers. Melis Ishik says it is incorrect. Okay, let's check. Uh, fast is like adverb here isn't fast, and adjective also we can use fast. Like after adjective and adverbs, we must use enough after them. Isn't fast enough? Okay, fast is an adjective. We must use enough after fast here. Isn't fast enough? Yeah, that's why this sentence is incorrect. Number 6 is incorrect. Okay, number 7. I make too much phone calls. Too much phone calls. My phone bills is enormous. Okay, enormous. It means very, very big. So I make too much phone calls. Let's wait for your answers, guys, and please leave a comment and answer the questions. If there's a mistakes, I will let you know the correct answer. I will explain why it is false and why we use much, why we use many, why we use a lot of. Okay, just don't hesitate. Let me know. Leave your comment and ask your questions, whatever you have. And by the way, I'm gonna use the time that I'm waiting for your answers here. Okay, till I get your answers, I'm gonna say something about our Instagram channel, YouTube channel, Facebook, and Instagram channel. You can watch us. Okay, So on the Instagram, go to Justenglish TR. On the YouTube channel, if you write Justenglish, you will see Justenglish YouTube channel, and don't forget to subscribe and follow us and get the information about the online lessons. Okay, Zeynep Kara, Melis Işık, Mustafa. Mustafa says too many. Melis says it's incorrect again. Too many. Like number 7, too many. Yes, because phone calls. Phone calls is like countable noun. Call, as we have here, phone calls. It's countable noun. That's why we shouldn't use too much. Instead, we should use, instead of too much, we must use actually too many. That's it. Great. Number 8. How much fruit do we have? Any. Can you buy some? So number 8, is that correct or not? For number 8, we should choose, or we should take it's correct or not. Okay, I'm waiting for your answers for number 8. Number 8 is correct or not? Mustafa Cihat, Mr. Mustafa says none. Okay, so it means any is incorrect here. Melis says it's correct. Why, Melis? Why it is correct? Can you explain it? Let me say something. We use none in short answers. As I explained it in the first part of the lesson, like any is a false here. It's not correct. So how much fruit do we have? None. We didn't buy. We didn't buy anything. So can you buy some? Okay. Any is a false. We should use none here. Number 9. There are only a little websites that I use regularly. There are only a little websites that I use regularly. So if you pay attention to the website, the noun is a website here. Is it countable or uncountable noun? The first rule is you should be careful with is about the countable or uncountable noun, and then the quantifier, which one we use with the countable, which one we use with the uncountable. So el chupacabra, okay, says only a few. Mr. Mustafa says only a few. Melis says a few websites. Yes, that's the correct answer. A few, because we use a little with uncountable nouns. Okay, uncountable nouns. So number 9 is only a few websites. Great. Thank you. Thanks so much for your awesome answers. Your answers were great for number 9. And the last sentence, Karen has plenty of money, so she always has the latest gadgets. Okay, so here plenty of is used in this sentence. Is it correct or not? I don't know. We will see. And let me explain the meaning of gadgets. Gadget is any technological device. So like my mobile phone can be a gadget. My iPad can be a gadget. My laptop can be a gadget. So, okay, who says let's check the answers. Plenty of El Chupacabra says lots of. Meli says incorrect. Mustafa Cihat Aktaş says true. Yes, this answer is true. The last one, this sentence is correct. Thank you, Mr. Mustafa Cihat Aktaş. The plenty of is correct. We can use plenty of with countable and uncountable nouns in positive sentences to mean more than enough. All right. So plenty of money is the correct answer. The only Mustafa wrote the correct answer here. Thank you, Mr. Mustafa. Your answer is awesome. Great. All right. Let's practice more. working on quantifiers. Quantifiers is today's topic, like for intermediate level students. Okay. And if you have any question, if you haven't understand like any grammatical rules, you can tell me, you can write, and you can comment. A teacher, I didn't understand. How can I use little? How can I use few, many, or much? Okay. So let's continue with another exercise. We have the answers here on the right side of the page here, as you see from my screen. We should choose the correct answer. For example, a lot or many. Okay, so we will circle the correct answer for each sentence. Let me read the first sentence. We are the party. To do that, okay, let me start from the first sentence. After 4 years of your party in power, it is time for a change. We are the party to do that. The country has a lot of problems and we know how to solve them. Firstly, there is blah 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 unemployment. So unemployment, okay, unemployment is a noun. What kind of noun? Is it countable noun or uncountable noun? Okay, so the first one, I will help you. Unemployment is uncountable noun. Okay, so that's why we should use too much. Yes, too much is a correct answer. Thank you, El Chupacabra. Your name is like a little bit strange. So Melissa Schick says too many. We can't use too many, Melissa, because unemployment is not countable. Okay, it is uncountable noun. Mr. Mustafa says uncountable item. Yes, you think correctly. That's great. So number 2 is too much. All right, guys, let's continue with the next one. Secondly, there are not teachers, and be careful with here. Like there are not teachers. We have no or enough. We have not here. So can we use no here or not? Or enough is it correct or is not correct? Okay guys, I'm waiting for your answers. Irina says enough, Mustafa says enough. Yes, enough is a correct answer. Why? Because we cannot use like we cannot use no with not. Okay, we could use there are no teachers in our state school we can use, or there are not enough teachers in our state schools. And thirdly, okay, next one, there is blah 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 money left for pensions. Any or no? Melis, thank you. Your answer is good. Our answer is correct. Irina case is no. Okay, we will see. We will see your answers. We will see which answer is correct. And I'm waiting for the other answers. Mustafa Cihat says because we cannot use not plus no. That's the perfect. That's the perfect answer. Yes. Like there is no. There is no. Let me highlight it. Yes. There's no money left for pensions. We cannot use any because there is not no. There is not any. Okay. But here we don't have not. That's why we must use no. And part B. What you have to remember is that this situation is a direct result of your party's policies when you were in power. We have had blah 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 time. Okay, time is a keyword here, helps you find the correct one. Very little or very few. The thing you should pay attention to is the noun here, okay? So if the noun is countable, we should use very few. If the noun is uncountable, we should use very little. So let me check your comments. Melis Işık says very few. Irina says very little. Okay. Mustafa says very little. Yes, thank you, Irina, and Mustafa. Your answers are correct. But Melis, your answer is false because time is uncountable noun. Okay, that's why very little is the correct answer. Okay, so we have had very little time to repair the damage you caused. And how many people or how much people? Which one is correct? How many people or how much people? Melissa Shik says many. Okay, and also I'm gonna check on the Facebook. If you have any comments on the Facebook, I will let you know your answer is correct or not, and then I will let you know the correct one, guys. So, okay, for this one, people, how many people and how many what? How much people? Which one is correct? How many people or how much correct? Which one do you think? Of course, how many? Because here, as you see, here we have people. People is a plural noun. That's why how many is a correct answer. Yes. Melis, Irina, Mustafa, and Enes, not how much. How many is a correct answer. We use how much with uncountable and singular nouns. Like how much sugar we can use, how much time we can use, how much chocolate. Okay. And very few or very little. The answer, very few or very little. And do you know why? Because the waters were fed up and so blah blah blah. So here, what should we write? What should we write? Here is the correct answer is how many? And very few or very little. Irina says very few. Very few, very few, very few. Very good. Yes, that's the correct answer. Fantastic answers you had for this sentence. Very few. Because the waters were fed up and so were much or a lot of members of your own party. Much or a lot of members we have here. The next one is a lot of. Mr. Mustafa says it is a lot of. Okay, we will see. And also you can watch our stream, live stream from YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, and also the Twitter. Okay, you can watch and you can learn English perfectly with us. So, members, much members or a lot of members? The people say, Ines, Irina says there are a lot of. Yes, a lot of is a correct answer. Great. My dear friend, you really haven't any idea what you are talking about. You say you haven't had blah blah blah. Enough time or time enough? Number 9. Is that correct? Which one is correct? Okay. Let's wait. Time enough, Melis writes. Okay. And Irina says enough time. Okay. Like, let me give you brief information about enough. We use enough before nouns, after adjectives and adverbs. Okay, so here, as you see, you haven't had time, enough time. Yes, enough time is a correct answer. Because time is a noun, we use enough before noun. Okay, keep in your mind, we use enough before noun. I say you don't have no original ideas or any original ideas. Which one is correct? I say you don't have no or any original ideas. That's great. Irina wrote any, Mustafa wrote any, okay. Yes, any is a correct answer because we cannot use no with not. Any is a correct answer. Don't have any original ideas. Okay. Next one, I can assure you have blah 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 many or plenty of ideas. Which one is correct? Okay. Like look at here, ideas. Many or plenty. Many ideas or plenty of ideas. Which one is correct? Do you think many is correct or plenty is correct? Be careful with the answers. For 11, let me check your answers firstly. For 11, many can't be correct because we can use many with negative and question type of the sentences. So that's why plenty of ideas. Plenty is a correct, and as you see we have of here. So plenty of, okay? Plenty is the correct answer. Because there's of in sentence. Yes, that's the correct point. We have of here. Many of we can't say. Plenty of ideas. Yes. And that very few or very little of them. It means we have a lot. It means something is plural, something is countable. Very few or very little. Which one is correct? Guys, be active please as much as you can. All right, so Irina says very few. Melis says very few. Not a little. Okay. Yes, a few years ago. Or very few. Yeah, a very few is correct answer. Very few of them aren't original or effective. Yes, nonsense. Blah 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 years ago. Years ago, they are plural nouns. When we were in power, our economy was stronger. So here we have countable noun, and if there's a countable noun, we must use which one? A little or a few. A little or a few for number 13. Number 13. Okay, I am waiting. Irina says a few. Yes. And a few is the correct answer. A few Years ago, when we were in power, our economy was stronger and we had unemployment. Here you can see unemployment. So unemployment here is non-countable noun. So in this case, we must use which one? Very few or very little? Very few or very little? Which one should we use here? Very few or very little? Irina says very little. Yep, because of unemployment. Yeah, that's the correct answer. Thank you, Miss Irina. Yeah, your answer is great. Very little. Thank you, Mr. Mustafa. And the next one, number 15. You know that? How do you explain that? You know that it's not true, and so do the voters. The people of this country are too intelligent or enough intelligent. Intelligent, like smart. The people of this country are too intelligent or enough intelligent. Okay, let's check your comments. Okay, and whether they are correct or not. Okay, enough intelligent. Be careful, be careful. Yes, too intelligent. Too intelligent is the correct answer because intelligent is an adjective and too intelligent, okay? Not enough intelligent. Intelligent enough we could use, okay? Not enough intelligent. Okay, the next one. The problem is that, your party spends too much time or too time insulting the opposition. Irina says it's too. Now it was the previous question's answer. Mr. Mustafa says too. Irina says too much. Which one? Which one is correct? Too time or too much time? Of course, too much. Rahime, thank you. Melis, thank you. Irina, thank you. Mustafa, right? Yes, too much time. That's awesome. Great. And not blah 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 time, as you see. Okay, the time. I can highlight it in order to be easy to find the correct answer. And not. Okay, let me check your answers. Enough time or many time? Enough time or many time? Enough time, of course. Mr. Ahmed says hi. Hi, Mr. Ahmed. Welcome to our online lesson. Irina says enough. Melis says enough. Yes. Enough is a correct answer. Enough time thinking of new ideas. That's great. And part C, the next one. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm afraid we have any more time today or no time. Which one is correct? The last one, Mr. Mustafa says is no. Okay. We have the positive sentence with a negative meaning, and I'm waiting for your answers. Okay. We have what? The last one, the any or no. Okay, I'm afraid we have any. Okay, we can't see the sentence, right? Is that clear? Yeah, it is. I'm afraid we have any more time or no time. We have no more time. And say, Mr. Mustafa Irina says we have no more time. Yes, we have no more time because we use no with the positive sentence in order to have the negative meaning. Okay, guys. All right, the last part, like another exercise, we will continue from the workbook of intermediate, like Justenglish. We use like English file, intermediate book. This is from the workbook. Okay, we have 10 sentences and we have to circle the correct one. A lot of people send a text message on the train, and the correct answer for number 1 is a lot of. What about number 2? There wasn't no or any bread left in the shop by the time I got there. So for number 2, the last part of today's lesson, we will be talking about the exercise here. Let's do the number 2 and then we will continue with the next one. Okay. So there wasn't no or any. There wasn't any. Yeah. Any is the correct answer. Any is the correct answer. Any bread left in the shop by the time I got there. Yes. Any was a correct answer. That's great. All right. Next one. Number 3. Most of my friends spend too many or too much time on social networking sites. Most of my friends spend too many or too much time on social networking sites. So be careful with time. Too many time or too much time. Which one is correct? Okay, Irina says too much. Mary says too much. Yes. What about Mr. Mustafa? Mr. Mustafa is not active at the moment. He was here. Okay, too much time. Yes, that's the good and correct answer. Too much time on social networking sites. That is a great answer. Yes, too much time. And number 4. This bag isn't enough big or big enough to put all my books in. Neri angrily says hi. Okay, hi to the students of Justenglish. Okay, Mary says big enough. Okay, this bag isn't enough big or big enough. Which one is correct? Big enough or enough big? Esra says enough. Neri says no English. Okay, learn English then. Irina says big enough. Yes, the answer is big enough. Big enough is a correct answer because big is an adjective. After adjective, we must use enough. Yes, big enough. Great. Number 5. I like my coffee with just a little or a few hot milk. So hot milk is countable or uncountable noun. The first thing we should pay attention to is noun. Okay, so number 5, a little or a few. A little or a few. Esra says a little, Irina says a little, Mary says a little because it is uncountable. Yes, that's the correct answer. A little hot milk. Great. Number 6, I think people eat too quickly or too much quickly these days. These days, I think people eat too quickly or too much quickly. Which one? Which one is correct? Too quickly or too much quickly? Irina says too quickly. Okay. What about the other answers? Let me check your comments. Melis says too quickly. Okay, thank you, Melis, for your answer. Esra says too quickly. Yes, the correct answer is too quickly. Okay, we use too before adjectives and adverbs. Too quickly. Thank you, Mr. Mustafa. And number 7, there were lots of people waiting at the bus stop. Lots of people waiting at the bus stop. Which one is correct, guys? Lots of, Neri says 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute is too long. Lots of people or lot people. Which one is? Melis says lots of, Irina says lots of. Okay, Neri went to ask her friends. Esther says lots of. Yes, the correct answer is lots of people waiting at the bus stop. The number 7 is lots of. Great. Number 8, there is no time or there is any time to stop for lunch. You will just have to have a sandwich. So, number 8, Mr. Mustafa wrote lots of people. Thank you, Mr. Mustafa. For number 8, we are in. We have to write the correct answer for number 8 here. Esra says any, Irina says no. Okay, no time, Mr. Mustafa says. We will see. I will explain why. Melis says no time. Yes, the correct answer is no. Okay. Why not any? Because if we use any, we must use not here. There is not any, but here we don't have not. So the correct answer is there is no time to stop for lunch. We will just have to have a sandwich. Okay, no is the correct answer. No time. Number 9. There were very little or very few tickets left for the concert. There were very little or very few tickets left for the concert. Okay, let me check your comments and your answers on not only on Facebook but also on the YouTube channel. Okay, guys, I'm waiting for your answers here. The student says Mr. Mustafa says no time. Okay, we are in number 9. Melis says no time. Okay, Mr. Hussein says very few tickets. Only Hussein and Irina says very few. Mr. Mustafa says very few tickets. Okay, and the next answers, if you want to say, I'm waiting for you. Yeah, tickets. Ticket is, yes, all of you are correct. Fantastic, thank you. Why? Because ticket is a countable noun. That's why we used very few here. Very few tickets is the correct answer. And number 10, there aren't enough hours or hours enough in the day to do everything. So the last one, number 10, there aren't enough hours or hours enough in the day to do. Okay, you can see here. There aren't enough hours or hours enough in the day to do everything. Which one is correct? Okay, alright, I'm gonna show you. Don't worry about them. Enough hours, aren't enough hours. Yes, enough hours. Great, because hours. The word here is countable noun, and it's a noun, and that's why we must use enough hours. Enough hours is a correct answer. Alright, guys, let's continue with part B. We have to choose the correct word for these sentences. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and let's answer to 6 sentences, and then we will finish today's lesson, today's grammar for intermediate level. So number 2, he can't afford it. He doesn't have blah 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 money. Number 2, which word should we write here for number 2? Can you tell me? He doesn't have enough money. Okay. Melis says he doesn't have enough money. For number 2, okay, yes, enough money is a correct answer. He doesn't have enough money. He can't afford it. It is what for him? It is, he doesn't have enough money. He can't afford it. It is what? Which words should we write? Look at here. It is too expensive. Yes, it is too expensive. It is too expensive. Yes, the expensive, too expensive is the correct answer. So number 2, he can't afford it. He doesn't have enough money. He can't afford it. It is too expensive for him. Okay, number 3, we only had sleep last night. We didn't have blah 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 last night. So we only had, number 3, we only had, okay, yeah, it was correct, too expensive. And number 3, we only had what? We only had a little sleep last night. A little sleep last night. Yes, that's the correct answer, a little. And we didn't have this, the second part. We didn't have much sleep or enough sleep. Both of them are correct here. Yes, enough sleep is also correct, and much sleep is correct as well. So we only had a little sleep last night, and we didn't have enough sleep, or we didn't have much sleep last night. Number 4, he has blah 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 video games. Look at the picture here, and there are not blah 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 shelves. He has what? He has, and we have to choose the correct word for number 4. He has a little video games, Mr. Mustafa. It's not correct. And number 4, he has, yes, Irina, you are the correct. Or also a lot of is correct as well. Lots of games is also correct. Yes, a lot of, and many video games. They are correct answers. There are not blah 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 in shelves. There are not. Number 4. There are not. Yes, enough shelves. There are not enough shelves here. Great. There are not enough shelves. So here we could use lots of, a lot of, many, but here enough. There are not enough shelves. Great. And number 5, there is blah 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 petrol in the tank. There is not blah 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 petrol in the tank. So we have 2 sentences, and we have to use 2 different words here to complete the sentence. The first one, there is no petrol in the tank. Mr. Melis says no petrol. Yes, it's correct, no petrol. And there is not any petrol in the tank. Yes, the first one is no, the second one is about any. There's not any petrol in the tank. Yes, great. And the last sentence, she buys very blah blah books these days. She doesn't buy blah 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 books these days. And the last sentence to answer, which one? She buys very what? Very what? What should I write here? Very a few. Be careful. Very few is not grammatically true. Let me check your answers. Hussein says very few. Yes, few is the correct answer. Hussein, Irina, Melis not a lot of. Okay, just few. She buys very few books these days. She doesn't buy. She doesn't buy. And we have few, and this is a negative sentence. What should I use in this sentence? Number 6. She doesn't buy many books these days, and she doesn't buy any books these days. Many and any are correct words. We can use them here. Like she buys very few books these days, and she doesn't buy many books or any books these days. Yes. All right, it was the last sentence we have already talked about. I'm gonna say big thanks to you. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for learning something from us. All right, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel, our Facebook account. We have Justenglish Language and TOEFL Center. If you can go there and you can see. And also don't forget to follow us on Instagram, JustEnglishTR. I am Nijat. Thank you so much for today's lesson, and let's see the next time. Thank you. Take care. Have a great weekend.